Today I'm going to be showing you something on this channel that you have not seen in about 3-ish years. I'm going to be making a bunch of carnivore meals, and the reason is because Adam and I are still plant-based, and so is Sophie. But for the last couple of months, we've actually been cooking for local family and friends to help them out with their week. So somebody messaged me and was like, hey, you're good at meal prep. Do you want to help me out and make food? And I was like, okay. So I'll show you some pictures here of all the food that we've been making for local people around here. So I realized recently, like, why have I not been showing you guys this? We're not judgy vegans, so if you guys want to eat chicken, like, that's cool. So we are actually going to start showing you guys what we've been cooking for everybody around here. So today I'm going to be showing you 4 different meals, and I'm not going to meal prep them all up into individual servings. You of course can do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make them into family style meals, which is kind of what we've been doing, so that way, like, you know, there's 4 to 6 meals, 4 to 6 servings, that's what I was looking for, servings in a big container. And then people either have it with their families or they scoop it out individually. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to do, but you of course can portion it up individually if you would like. So the main dishes we're going to be making today are a turkey casserole with some ground turkey, gluten-free pasta, peas, red sauce. Then we're going to make some chicken fajitas with some peppers and onions and rice, so yummy. And then we're going to make some chicken thighs with some thyme and lemon, with a side of roasted potatoes and zucchini. And to finish, some pesto chicken with some rice and roasted broccoli. Now you might be thinking, how the heck are we gonna make all that food in a short amount of time? I'm gonna show you. Stay tuned, because I'm gonna give you lots of tips and tricks to get all of this done in a short amount of time and with not a lot of cleanup at the end, minimal ingredients, minimal expenses on your part. And what could be better than coming home from work every day and having dinner ready to go from Monday through Thursday? So, let's get started. I want to give a shout out to Isolator Fitness. It's this awesome new company that we just discovered who have these epic meal prep bags. We've never seen meal prep bags this good. And to be honest, we've actually never had one until now. So we used to go to the beach this summer a lot, and we used to take this old cooler that nothing would stay cold, and it was like a 2-hour trip to the beach and then back from the beach. And so basically we were just hoping that our food wasn't gonna go off, but basically if we didn't finish what we were eating at the beach, it would go off by the time we were home, like, you know, 12 hours later. This stays cool for 16 hours. So you can actually fit, this is their 3 container bag, so you have 3 different meal prep containers in here. So we have 2 big ones for me and Adam, and then a little one for Sophie. Cute. And they have all this storage space in here. They have these ice bricks that you can put in here, which is amazing because that was our problem. Nothing was like compact enough in the cooler, so everything was just kind of like hot by the middle of the day at the beach. 2 drink containers that will stay cool, which is also awesome. And then extra little containers here, which this would have been great for Sophie's baby bottles a couple months ago. Awesome little handle, great little compact bag. Adam takes this to work with him because he eats a lot of food and he's there for, you know, 8 hours, whatever. If you want to grab one, you can actually get 35% off if you click the link in the description box below. Before we get started, the biggest tip I can give you is to plan in advance. Obviously, this was all planned. It took me about 10-ish minutes to decide, okay, these are the meals I was making, and then this is the order in which I'm going to do these things. So of course you start with the things that are going to take the longest, the things that go in the oven. So the first thing is I'm going to put the oven on to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so 200 degrees Celsius. Then I have rice here, which I've already put in here. This is 3-ish cups of rice. And so this is going to go in a rice cooker because I honestly don't know why we didn't get this before. It's way easier to have a rice cooker. So, rice cooker on, cook. And I also have a pot over here with some salt and water in it that I'm going to put on right now so that I can put the pasta in that when the water starts to boil. Here's the thing with the pasta. Since we're going to be putting it into the ground turkey casserole, what you want to do is make sure it's a little bit al dente, because you do not want to cook it all the way, because then when you reheat the turkey casserole, it's going to be pasta mush. So if you don't like your pasta super mushy, make sure that you cook it very al dente, because then when you reheat it, it'll cook the rest of the way. By the way, it is 12:27. Okay, so let's just say I started at 12:20 because I did wash up the veggies already. So let's say I started at 12:20. Let's see how long this is gonna take me. I'm thinking like an hour and a half, maybe less. So the second thing on our list, put the broccoli and zucchini in the oven. So I already have 2 sheet pans here. And also, why did I not think of this before? I got giant sheet pans. See how big these are? I will link these in the description box below. They're huge. But they fit in my oven, but they're like way bigger than the other sheet pans I had. And let me tell you, this saves a lot of time when you're meal prepping. Huh. One side is gonna be zucchini and one side is gonna be broccoli. So, how could I forget my scrap bowl? I'll use this one for a scrap bowl today. Second tip, get better at your knife skills. Because the faster you can cut things up, you're gonna save so much time. So all we're gonna do for these zucchinis, we're just gonna cut them down the middle, and then you're just gonna make some chunks, just like that. I already lined the baking sheet with tin foil. You can use silicone mat, parchment paper, whatever you want. So if you aren't confident with your knife skills, that is when you need to watch the video that I will link below that Adam made a long time ago about knife skills. The better your knife skills, the faster you'll be in the kitchen. Got like 2 heads of broccoli here. I'm just gonna cut them into smaller florets. I'm gonna crush up some garlic and add it to both the broccoli and the zucchini with some salt and pepper and olive oil. And that's it. That'll be really simple to do. And when you're thinking of what you wanna cook, always think about how to save time. So saving time is obviously gonna be using the oven. Re-roast everything. Like, it is so much faster to put stuff in your oven and then focus on cooking whatever you're gonna cook on the stove. Just gonna chop up the garlic quickly. Add on the garlic. Broccoli with garlic and oil. Oh my God. It's like one of the best things ever. Pepper, some salt. Add some olive oil. Then I'm just gonna mix it around. Spread it out all over the tray. I'm gonna set that for 15 minutes, but also my pasta water is boiling, and that is only gonna take 10 minutes. So I can set another timer if I want to, but I've been pretty good at just remembering timers. So when it gets down to 10 minutes, I'm gonna take out the pasta. Timer, 15 minutes, beautiful. What's next? Pasta rice is done, broccoli, zucchini is done, potatoes, peppers and onions are all going on this tray. The potatoes are gonna be for the chicken thighs, and I am just going to dice them up. Peppers and onions are going to be for the chicken fajitas. If you guys are new to us, we have 2 books right over there that you can see. One is called Healthy Meal Prep, and the other one is called Plant-Based Meal Prep. And the Healthy Meal Prep has 12 weeks of meal plans that are very similar to this, where you can make lots and lots of meals all at once, and then you're set to go for your whole week. The Plant-Based Meal Prep also has meal plans, but it's more of like a how-to plant-based. So there's also things in there like plant-based desserts and plant-based cheeses that you can make from cashews and stuff like that, and sauces and like just so many things. There's so many things in there. I'm actually really proud of both of these books, and if you don't have them yet, what are you waiting for? Christmas is coming, you know. Don't forget, while you're cutting your potatoes, to stir the pasta every once in a while. All about multitasking. These were 7 of the like little yellow potatoes. I'm gonna stir the pasta quick. Next we have some peppers and onions. So I'm just gonna cut up a bunch of peppers here. This is an Adam cutting trick. You can put both together, and then you can cut 2 peppers at once. Make sure your fingers are tucked back. Much faster to do it like that. 2 peppers. I'm gonna cut up this giant onion. This is why grams are really important when you're doing food, which is why we have grams in all of our recipes. Because if someone tells you 1 onion in a recipe, look how gigantic this is a half of 1 onion. This is also 1 onion. See the difference? This is why it's very important. I try to make vegan desserts sometimes, and when someone says, you know, like 6 dates, you can have 6 dates that are huge, or you can have 6 very tiny dates. So it's very important to have the grams and the measurements listed on recipes, which is why we do that in our books and also in our older videos. 100 grams of chicken is a lot different than 1 chicken breast. Before I really knew anything about macros and counting food and all that, I thought 1 chicken breast was a serving. It's not. About half of a chicken breast is a serving. Got some onions, another pepper. Just gonna stir the pasta. Oh, so the timer's on 8 minutes. That means it took me 7 minutes to cut all this up. If you're thinking, holy cannoli, then this is why you gotta go check out the knife video. Salt, pepper, olive oil, and also I have some fresh thyme here, so I'm just gonna add some fresh thyme to the potatoes. You can add dried thyme, you can do whatever you want. You can add garlic powder, you can add anything. Spread out the potatoes, peppers and onions, beautiful. All right, I'm just gonna switch trays. Beautiful. Give this a quick mix. All right, these will be done in like another 5 minutes or so. You can cook them as long as you'd like. Just remember that most of the time, you're probably gonna reheat your food. I mean, you can always eat these cold, but if you are gonna reheat your food, don't forget, you're basically gonna be recooking it. So not everything always has to be super cooked. Putting this back in. Now I'm gonna drain the pasta. Next on our list is the ground turkey casserole. This is gonna be so easy. All you have to do is, I'm gonna take an onion, put some olive oil in a pan that has some sides, because you're gonna end up adding the pasta and you don't want to have something that doesn't have sides, because you're gonna need a big pot. Just gonna dice up the onion, put on the pan and get it hot, add in the onions, and something is done. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna find out what's going on in the oven. Oh, yep, okay. So the greens are done. Boom. 2 things are done. Set the timer for about another 10 minutes because potatoes take longer. Once the onions start to smell good, like 2 minutes later, put in the ground turkey. This is 1.7 pounds of ground turkey. Spread it out around the pan. Gonna add some salt, pepper, and Italian seasonings. Casseroles are so fast and so easy to do. Okay, next, while I let that cook for a second, we have the chicken thighs, the chicken fajitas, and the pesto chicken left. That's it. It's gonna be really fast. So here I have this ready to go for the chicken thighs. So I'm just going to, I am cooking all these animal products, and I gotta tell you, it was a little weird doing it again for the first time in a couple years. But I'm still kind of grossed out touching them. So, you know, if you want to, you could really like, you know, put the chicken thighs down and like really rub in the seasonings and stuff. I don't do that. I can't handle that. So I'm just gonna put the chicken thighs down onto this pan, and then we'll go to the next step. But first I'm just gonna mix this back up. Do put it on a high heat because you want it to get nice and brown. Now that the meat is brown, I'm gonna add in some of the crushed tomatoes and the pasta. You could turn the heat off at this point because it's gonna get reheated again anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Now all that's left to put in there are the peas. You can add them straight from frozen. That was like 1.5 cups of peas. And that's it. Turn the heat off and that's done. Just checked on the potatoes. They have about another 10 minutes. I put the chicken thighs into here with tin foil. I'm just going to add some salt and pepper. Salt, pepper, some lemon, a little bit of olive oil, and some sprigs of thyme. These are boneless, skinless chicken thighs, so it'll probably take about 25 minutes to a half an hour. To clear some space, I'm gonna put food in the container. And when it cools down some more, I'm just going to sprinkle this with some feta. So what's left? The chicken thighs we just put in the oven. The last 2 things are the chicken fajitas and the pesto chicken. So I'm just gonna set this aside. And then for this pan, I'm just gonna wash it out really quickly so that way we don't have a giant mess when everything is ready to go. To make the fajita chicken and the pesto chicken, I'm looking for about 100 grams per serving. So I have a scale here, and this is 265. This is 483, so that's almost 5 servings. So that is enough. And what I'm going to do is I actually cleared off that tray that had the broccoli and the zucchini on it. I have the broccoli in one tray and the zucchini in another tray ready, that's already plated up, ready to go. And so now what I'm going to do is, to be more time efficient, I'm actually just going to cut this up into kind of like chunky slices. That is a technical term. Chunky slices. And I'm actually going to put this straight on the same tray because it was just garlic and olive oil, so no need to like change the tin foil or anything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pesto on top. This is a pesto that we get from Costco. It has great ingredients in it. It's really easy. People love it. It's delicious. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to place these on the tray. Now I'm going to sprinkle with salt and pepper. Now I'm going to spoon on the pesto. That's all you have to do, and I'm going to check this in about 10 minutes because they're thin slices. Let's take out the potatoes. These are definitely done. These are done. So I'm going to leave this out now and put the chicken in the oven. Move this out of the way. And finally, the chicken fajitas. So same thing. I'm just going to cut these chickens up into smaller pieces. Hold on, I just got chicken on my hand. And we're back. I'm just gonna cut these up into smaller slices because they're like, you know, fajitas are just kind of thin, very thin slices. Before I finish cutting up this last chicken breast, I'm gonna put some olive oil in this pan and get it hot. You can add salt, pepper, and cumin on these. If you have fresh lime, that's great. We actually have a taco seasoning mix, so I'm going to use that with some salt, pepper, and fresh lime. It's hot. You can feel it. So be careful, because when you put it in, make sure the chicken's going that way, not at you. Don't put it in this way or else you're going to splash oil up at you. So put it in this way. When you start to see the chicken get some white on the sides, you can flip them over. Turn the heat off. It doesn't take long to cook because they're sliced very thin. And then we're going to add the lime on top. That's it. The rice is also done. It's been done for a long time, but I just opened it to let the steam out. And I'm just going to do a little quick clean. There's not much to do. I mean, like, I've been kind of cleaning as I was going. And that's it. For the record, it is exactly 1:51. So I said I started at 12:20. I had like a 15-minute break with Sophie because she needed some food. So by the time, it's going to take me 15 minutes just to finish plating up. It would be a lot faster if I wasn't filming it. But so it'll have taken me 12:20 to 1:50, an hour and a half, 90 minutes, and you have all of your food done for the week. You can see there's not even that much to clean. It's going to be 2 sheet pans, this thing, all this stuff is just going to go in the dishwasher so fast. Actually, before I do that, I forgot. Everything's done in the oven, so I'm going to take it out so you can see. Pesto chicken, done. Looks perfect. Don't have to do anything else to this. It's just done. The thighs look beautiful. I'm just going to take a spoon and drizzle all of that juice on top so that it soaks in and is super tender and delicious. But these were in the oven for about 30 minutes, and the pesto was just in the oven for 10 minutes. Easy. To finish the turkey casserole, I'm just going to add some feta on top. Over here with the zucchini and potatoes, we're going to put the chicken thighs. For the fajitas, I already have the peppers and onions. I'm going to add some rice first. Should probably just get a bigger spoon. There's actually going to be rice in this one also, so I might as well just do that at the same time. Beautiful. With this one, I'm going to add some black beans for the fajitas. To that, I'm going to add the fajita chicken. And then lastly, the pesto chicken goes in here. There you have it, 4 meals in 90 minutes. If you enjoyed this video, you know the drill. Don't forget to share with a friend, comment below, and let us know what you thought of this meal prep. If you make them, don't forget to send us a picture on Instagram, and we'll catch you next time.